All right, it was a tale of two town halls last night for sure. President Trump and Joe Biden holding very different town halls last night. President Trump was getting grilled and interrupted for the first 20 minutes of the NBC town hall by moderator Savannah Guthrie. She grilled the president on a variety of topics like white supremacy and the pandemic. Joe Biden, however, was not even asked once by ABC's George Stephanopoulos about the New York Post's bombshell report this week that showed his son Hunter emails that showed he was trying to cash in on his father as vice president and accepting money from the Ukraine as well as from China. Joining me right now is Georgia Congressman, House Judiciary Committee member Doug Collins. And Congressman, it's always a pleasure to see you. First, let's talk about the debates last night. Your takeaway.
Well, the first thing, I didn't know Savannah Guthrie was running for president. I thought she was there to actually moderate a town hall, but instead it looks like she's actually a third-party candidate for president. She wanted to debate the president. That's not the job of a journalist. And then I don't even know what to say about Stephanopoulos. I mean, he reverted back to the Clinton-Gore days of press secretary. That was, I mean, really, to call himself a journalist after that last night and not even ask about one of the more pivotal things that you and I and many others have talked about over the last a little bit, and that's his connection, Hunter Biden and Joe Biden's connection to Burisma. And now we know that last year Joe Biden lied when he said that he had no contact with the Burisma folks or through Hunter Biden. And we now see this a lot. Everything's falling apart for them, but yet mainstream media and social media are ignoring it. Maria, this is an amazing morning to wake up in America.
So let's go through some of these emails, because in one of the emails, it goes through a list of people who are getting a stake money in this company, Burisma. And then at the end of it, it says 10 held by H for the big guy. What does that mean, the big guy?
Wow, isn't that a great thing to actually investigate? For those of us who've been saying that the real quid pro quo is quid pro quo Joe in this issue, this is what we need to investigate. This is why this is important. For the American people who have been hearing, from what we've been saying, I've been saying, you've been saying, others have been saying about how this investigation needed to go on, to find out these emails actually exist, to find out that there may be even more connection to some big guy that we're talking about now is just a travesty. But I also want to mention something. Maria, we've talked about this before. I said it over a month and a half ago, almost 2 months ago. Chris Wray needs to resign. The FBI had these emails last December when I was fighting the sham impeachment. They had these emails when we were bringing up this quid pro quo that Joe Biden did. They had these emails. It's time for Chris Wray to resign. I am tired of the FBI slow walking these investigations and the stuff that the Congress has asked for.
Well, I mean, you're right. Christopher Wray has been sitting on emails. You and your colleagues have been demanding these emails so that the American people could actually have a clear understanding of what took place, but they're not releasing the emails. Same with Gina Haspel at the CIA. What are they worried about? Who are they protecting that Gina Haspel is stopping the dissemination of these important documents that you and your colleagues, Devin Nunes, has been asking for months?
Yeah, I mean, Devin, Jim, Jordan, myself, Matt Gaetz. I mean, we all have. Look, what I have become really concerned about is these folks are more concerned about protecting their agency than they are about protecting the American people. That has to stop. When you have department heads who are more concerned about the reputation of their agency than they are about my rights and your rights and the truth being told to the American people, then it's time for cleaning out. The last time we had to do this was back in the 70s when the intelligence community was being used and our Justice Department was being used in ways to spy on American citizens. It's now time we go back in and make sure there's proper control, because they have now proven that even under this administration, they're willing to slow walk stuff that they just don't want people to know. I'm tired of it. It's just amazing to me that every time an onion is peeled on layer or is peeled back on this, what we have been talking about for 2.5 years and having the mainstream media criticize us for and make fun of us is proving true. I'm ready for mainstream media to actually report what they should be reporting. Think about this. If Don Jr., Eric, Ivanka, any of those would have done anywhere remotely close to what Hunter Biden's done, it would be day after day front page stories on the New York Times, and yet all we see is cricket. The American people had it with this.
Yeah, Tucker Carlson did a look the other night of Hunter Biden's homes and these luxurious homes that he owns across the country. He's been a senator and in government for 47 years. What's the salary? I mean, to afford all of these homes Tucker was just questioning it. Bottom line, Congressman, what are you going to do about it? I mean, is this resonating with the people? Is this going to be an issue for the election? And what are you and your colleagues doing to ensure that the American people understand what took place here?
We're going to keep doing what we've been doing, talking with you. I'm going to be on social media when they don't censor me, and we're going to remind social media if they continue the censoring, Section 230 is gone, and they're the reason for it. We've got to tell the American people by any means necessary. And yes, I do believe it will have an effect on this election.
All right, Congressman, it's good to see you this morning. Doug Collins, always a pleasure. Thank you, sir.